This is what prompts me to buy a coffee, right? I'm mid-morning, I'm getting tired, and I'm in the mood for some caffeine. I make the decision that I want some coffee. I have to decide whether I'm going to make one on my Keurig or if I'm going to make the drive and make the trek to a Starbucks. At the point where I'm making that drive, there's things that start happening, feelings I have. And this is how we in marketing kind of look at the customer journey is, at a point, as I'm getting from point A to point B and making my purchase, what thoughts and feelings go through my mind? What's my emotional state? What's my expectation? And how is that impacting what choices I make? So the drive's a great example. If I go out and I start driving to Starbucks and I hit a bunch of traffic, I might just turn around and go back home. It's just not worth that extra effort. So then you can start thinking about, what could I do to improve this for the customer? Well, the drive is a hard one for Starbucks to impact. But they did start recently in New York and other cities enabling delivery of coffee. You don't have to make that drive. We'll deliver it to you. And with the way technology is moving, it would not surprise me to see drone-based coffee delivery from Starbucks in the next few years. Actually having a drone just show up at your house with your coffee order. I'm going to park, and I'm hopeful that there will be a spot if I get there and the lot is full. When there's no drive-through, maybe I'm going to turn around again. I'm going to say, you know what, I can't wait that long for this cup of coffee. I've got a meeting in 20 minutes. So I'm not going to go through all of these. Obviously, there are, as I'm entering the store, auto-open doors might be a thing. But when I'm waiting in line and things are moving, this is the way Starbucks decided to create their app. If anyone here who uses Starbucks, there's an app. You can place your order ahead of time. You get there, you walk in, it's sitting there right for you. I can charge it right there. It creates a great experience that eliminates that wait in line with that one person that shows up at the front of the line after standing for 10 minutes and then goes, what do I want? And if you can't kill that person legally, which I don't think most states you can still do that, you have to deal with that frustration of, hey, I'm in a hurry. Why did you not make your mind up while you were waiting in line? I'm placing my order. Hopefully the barista remembers me. If I'm a regular customer, knows my name. All of these are just points that lead to the fact that I get to this first taste of my coffee. And if my order is right and my order is hot, I'm satisfied with the experience. And I'm willing to pay 10 times more for that cup of coffee than what I can get it for making it myself at home. So all of this has to go right. And the Starbucks looks at all of these points on the journey, deciding what types of new technologies to launch. So what factors impact that? And I swear I've got 1 or 2 slides left, and then I'm going to get to the point of walking through the insurance journey. We in marketing always talk about the 4 Ps of marketing, and I'm going to kind of focus on that here. The first thing that impacts is the product. For coffee, could be that it's, I like espresso shots added to my coffee. It could be that I like the caramel. It could be the quality, the fact that I like the fact that their beans are sourced in an environmentally friendly way, that they care about the farmers growing the beans, or at least market that they do. The place, how convenient is it for me to get there? Do they have a drive-through? What other amenities are there? Is it close to something else I need to do as an errand anyway? I stopped at Starbucks on my way to mail my box here for my booth, because it was right there next to the FedEx office location. There's the price, which is twofold. It's not just the actual price of the product, but it's also the value that I place on that, whether or not I have a perceived value up to and including what I'm paying. And finally, there's the promotion. Are there special offers? Is there advertising? Is there a rewards program? I'm a huge believer in the rewards program Starbucks has. I get points every time I make a purchase. I get free stuff. They're constantly running special promotions. So even though I'm paying $5.50, when you work in all those extras I get, it's really not a $5.50 cup of coffee. Along that, there's also things like word of mouth, the fact that people are talking about your product. If you can create a customer who's willing to rave about you, more and more, and we see this with sites all the time, there's this secondary value of, I don't trust what you're saying about your product, but I will trust that my friend Bob is willing to tell me about your product. Word of mouth, this is why rating sites like Yelp and other sites are so valuable. There's the timing. Sometimes people just aren't ready to make a purchase. It's a secondary thing that we can't control. Trendiness, Starbucks obviously is a very trendy thing compared to other coffee shops. There's the prestige of being a customer, there's the reputation, and finally there's the security. I love that app from Starbucks, but if I suddenly hear that Starbucks hasn't been protecting my customer data and that there's a leak in their security and now all my information's been exposed, I'm not necessarily going to trust that as a way to communicate with them anymore. So all of these are factors that play into that journey and things that will cross the customer's mind. So let's think about the same way we did with the coffee. Let's look at this insurance customer journey. These are the 10 places that we're going to look at. The policy rate inquiry, application gets submitted, policy gets issued, I have to make a change. There's information needed from the customer for some reason. Maybe it's a photo of an accident claim, or it's a form that needs to be returned. Filing a claim, scheduling an appointment or a reminder with the adjuster, closing your claim, a premium goes past due, and your policy is about to lapse. So these are 10 different points where I'm going to possibly, as an insurance carrier and as an insurance agent or broker, going to be touching the customer in some way and communicating with them. So let's think about how each of those, and I'm not going to go too in depth on each one, but how different technologies can impact each of those points.